Welcome to this particular edition of the Ignition podcast. We're excited that you have been following our podcast, and what we're trying to achieve here is to inspire the next generation and also to inspire a lot of youth out there to believe in themselves, to get into entrepreneurship, and also to harness all the skills and opportunities they have in order to succeed in their lives.
I remember one of my teachers, Mr. Musindo, would always say, when you're standing in a farm and someone will see grass, but you should see opportunities.
Out of that.
So basically, farming is a business of faith.
Okay.
It's all about faith. Seeing things before they happen.
Before they happen.
Yeah.
So you envision something before it actually happens.
Exactly.
And then you put in that effort.
Exactly. Because with farming, you start to see the end in the beginning, and then
Yes.
you start to work towards achieving
Right.
that goal. I remember one of a great men who taught me one day. He said to me, positive attitude and focus bring about good results.
Good results, yeah.
So no matter how many challenges you're facing as an individual, it is very important to stay positive and be focused, because that's the only way you can able to reach heaven, in terms of success. That's the only way you can able to make an impact.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this particular edition of the Ignition podcast. We're excited that you have been following our podcast, and what we're trying to achieve here is to inspire the next generation and also to inspire a lot of youth out there to believe in themselves, to get into entrepreneurship, and also to harness all the skills and opportunities they have in order to succeed in their lives. Today, we're very much excited to have a lovely guest with us, Blessing Sibesha, who is also a renowned entrepreneur and someone who really strongly advocates for upliftment of youth, and also he also currently serves in his organization as I think a self-reliance director also,
Exactly.
amongst other things that he does. We're excited to have you in the podcast today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here and share what I truly believe in
Beautiful.
terms of business and opportunities as well.
That's amazing. So take out your notebooks, and hopefully it will be your learning experience, and hopefully you'll be able to take one or two things you'll be able to take home and also apply in whatever vocations you are actually involved in. So Blessing, we have been looking forward to have you today.
Thank you.
And what inspires you in life? What drives you, your passion for business or entrepreneurship?
Basically, it's all about the desire to make a difference,
Is it?
especially in our country, in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Zimbabwe is facing a lot of challenges, especially among the youth. So that desire to just change lives and seeing people smiling, happy,
Definitely.
it has always been the motive behind everything that I do. That's the reason actually why I got into business, specifically farming.
Farming, okay.
Because just want to make a difference and then tell a story out there, motivate people to have a desire to do something, especially for the nation. Because at times it's not all about us; it's about other people as well.
It's very imperative. So why agriculture or farming in particular? What drew you? Is it something like growing up in your family? Were you a little bit involved in farming, or it's just a niche you thought maybe it is more?
Okay, that is a very good question. Basically, I grew up in Kadoma.
Okay.
It's a small town, a mining town.
Yeah.
And Kadoma is actually surrounded with farmers.
Someone would have thought maybe you actually do mining, since you come from a mining town.
No,
Yeah.
mining is not my thing.
Okay.
Mining is not my thing, but probably one day. It's just as an investor.
Is it?
So like I was saying that Kadoma is surrounded with farms.
Yes.
So because of that, growing that type of an area, you are nurtured to be a farmer naturally. So even when I was at high school, not as high, I did agriculture. And I remember one of my teachers, Mr. Musindo, would always say, when you're standing in a farm and someone will see grass, but you should see opportunities
Out of that.
out of that, so basically farming is a business of faith,
Okay.
it's all about faith, seeing things before they happen.
Before they happen.
Yeah.
So you envision something before it actually happens, and
Exactly.
then you put in that effort.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because with farming, you start to see the end in the beginning, and then
Yes.
you start to work towards achieving
Right.
that goal.
Yeah.
So because of that, I'm a man of faith, and
Definitely.
and growing up in that such an area, it motivated me to invest to consider actually give my all into farming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I remember myself also. I think I started my entrepreneurial journey when I was 8 years or 9 years old. I usually share the story with a lot of people. Like back then, people used to love soccer as boys.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we'd make those plastic type of soccer balls using empty plastic,
Yeah.
like milk plastics. So I would actually find time to make those and then try to go and sell them out there.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know how much I used to make, but that's when personally my entrepreneurial journey began. And I would say for you, maybe it also started when you were way back.
Yeah, way back.
Is it?
Because all of us want to have a comfortable life.
No one wants.
No one wants to be poor at the end of the day. So because
Yeah.
probably one of the reasons that why I am really into business,
Yeah.
especially into farming as well,
Yes.
is because of my father.
Okay.
My father was in the army.
Okay.
He served in the
Yeah.
in the army for a very long time.
Okay.
And then, so after, when he resigned, he said that he wanted to invest into mining.
Okay.
And then what happened then is that he partnered with wrong people.
Okay.
And then he lost his money.
Wow.
We became very poor, and we were struggling a lot. Yeah. So just before he died, he said to me, you never know.
Yeah.
In life, you just need to believe in yourself. I think that is the greatest treasure that he left me. And say, believe in yourself. You never know. You can change the world. And because of that, I wanted to prove that what he taught me was the correct thing and was right.
Yes.
And so I realized that I want to be better. I want to start from where he left and able to better.
Yes.
And because of that, my desire for business just grew.
It grew immensely.
Exactly. So that was many years ago. And since then, I've been fighting so hard. Yeah. Though in life we always face obstacles, challenges, but we all need to have what we call a growth mindset. A growth mindset and grit at the end of the day. Yes. Whereby no matter how many challenges you're going to face, you will want to do better. You learn from them, and then you rise. You don't give up, and grit. You just want to continue exercising
pushing on.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. We're sorry about your dad, but also I also like the seed he left you, the seed of not giving up.
Exactly.
And that helped you to also, I believe, to stay disciplined and to keep on pushing until where you are. So I think that's a message we can actually take to heart, to say, the things are hard. Definitely things are hard for everyone. And there are times where we face certain stumbling blocks and we feel like giving up. We feel like, something has happened. Why is this happening to me? And you feel like giving up. But I believe what you're saying is you need to keep pushing. And then as you keep on pushing, more opportunities come. And that's how you succeed.
Definitely. Definitely. You have to give your all at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You need to be focused. I remember one of a great men who taught me one day, he said to me, positive attitude and focus bring about good results.
Good results, yeah.
So no matter how many challenges you're facing as an individual, it is very important to stay positive and be focused, because that's the only way you can able to reach heaven, in terms of success. That's the only way you can able to make an impact. But if you have a negative attitude and lack of focus, definitely you attain negative results.
The world also aligns to that negativity.
Exactly. It's very, very critical to always have a positive mind, especially in Africa, where there are challenges and all that.
But how would one safeguard? Because I can imagine someone waking up and they just rock bottom.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to make sure they remain positive. How do you then safeguard that and propel that positivity into something which can be beneficial to the individual and maybe to the immediate?
Basically, what has actually made me to always, wake up despite being wounded by challenges and stuff, is probably my faith.
Okay.
My faith in Heavenly Father and in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I've taken this earthly life as an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
I don't think God wants us to really suffer, but He wants us to learn. So as you
grow,
exactly, so as you take all those challenges, tribulations, obstacles as an opportunity to learn, you would actually be better. I want to give an example that if there was no darkness, we're not going to learn how to have a bulb. We're not going to
have to be innovative enough.
Exactly. So darkness actually brought innovation. So at times challenges they bring innovation. So we need them. The issue is not to focus on the problem, but now to focus on a solution. Exactly. Most people intend to focus on problems and then lose focus and detour from the right path that we're supposed to be walking. So it is very critical to stay focused and to have faith. When I always talk about faith, it's like seeing the end in the beginning. To see where you want to be. And they say tell yourself, no matter how many challenges I'm going to face, I'm going to
give my all and become what I want to be.
Exactly. And that has always been my rule. Imagine coming from a small town in Kadoma, from a humble beginning. Not that I'm rich yet, but
definitely.
But I'm somewhere heading towards that direction. So you need to have faith. You don't need to lose hope. You need to take challenges as an opportunity to learn, and always have a growth mindset, basically.
Thank you so much for those wise words. This is Blessing Sibesha, who's an entrepreneur, and also he currently serves as director for self-reliance in his organization. I think we'll talk about it, his role and what some of the work they do to try and inspire that growth mindset within the upcoming young generation. This is the Ignition Podcast, and please invite your friends to like, subscribe, and also make sure you share this link with others so that they can benefit from some of the things we'll be talking about here. Welcome you to the second segment of the Ignition Podcast. Today we have Blessing Sibesha, who's an entrepreneur and also serves as the chairman for the Self-Reliance Services at his organization. And today has been just sharing a bit of some very important nuggets and experiences from his life, which I believe all of us can be able to benefit from. In case you have questions, feel free to even ask in the comment section below. Welcome once again, Blessing.
Thank you.
We are really privileged to have you today.
Even me.
Yeah, we did mention a little bit about your role as a chairman at Self-Reliance Services at the organization you work with. Can you tell us a little bit about that role?
Okay.
What it encompasses and maybe the type of work you guys do and things like that.
Basically, one of my beliefs is that poverty belongs to the museum. That's where it belongs. So being part of that organization, our goal is to help people to be able to take care of themselves and be able to contribute to people around them. So there we teach them a number of things, basically about education, the importance of education, how it is important for one to have a skill. Because without a skill you have nothing. You see, so it's very important that we all obtain a skill. So we encourage many, especially the young guys, to attain a skill so that they can able to make a living out of it. And secondly, we educate people in terms of how to start and grow their business.
The business is okay.
We want them to start small, but start now. That's the key. And
the kids actually starting.
Exactly. So we help them that anyone can do it. Success does not belong to a few, but to many.
Too many.
So we always teach them that they can able to do that. So they go through the lessons on how to start their business, how to grow their business,
Yes.
and there's all principles that leads to success. Basically, because you can't wake up tomorrow and become a millionaire.
And just become a millionaire. It doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
And I believe you also recently had hosted is the Self-Reliance Fair?
Yes, we
where
did.
different institutions from around Zim, they were there. How successful was that, and what did it take for you guys to plan that particular event?
It was an amazing event.
Yeah.
Basically, that's I wish everyone was there, but it was an amazing program whereby
Yeah.
one of our specialist Rose,
Yes.
we call him Brother Rose or Elder Rose.
Yes.
He is a very powerful man. So
Yeah.
we organized the Self-Reliance Fair, whereby what we did basically is we invited institutions like educational institutions
Yes.
to come and able to showcase programs, courses that they
They
offer.
have on offer,
And
yeah.
then we invited the youth, the young guys, and many of other people also to come and able to interact,
Yeah.
because most of the time it's all about people going to institutions to learn, to ask.
learn, yeah.
But now we brought institutions to
It's
them.
actually come.
Exactly. And
the
they were
people,
able
yeah.
to ask a number of questions, identify programs that they want to do. Because within our organization, we have a fund
Yes.
that actually helps people to go to all these colleges and attend skills.
Oh, that's beautiful. So it pretty much seems you have a lot of resources available to help those who want to be helped. Like I guess it takes. They say you can take. There's this popular proverb. Say you can take a donkey to drink water, but
Exactly.
you can't force it. Not to say.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but I guess it needs someone to have that willingness within them to
Exactly.
succeed, because there are a lot of resources pretty much available. And if people want to maybe sign up or apply, how can they be able to do that from some of the programs you're actually having?
We have programs that are probably first are for members.
Okay.
Whereby if one is a member
Yes.
of organization,
Yeah.
they are able to
Yeah.
to enjoy those blessings. And then we have a program that actually can benefit everyone.
Okay.
Basically, we call it BYU Pathway.
Okay.
And anyone can actually apply and able to have a degree around that area. We have a department in people that deals with that. So basically, we are there just to open opportunities for everyone.
For everyone.
So if whoever is interested, they can able to come and learn and get to know about these opportunities. Myself, I'm actually one of the person who benefited from all these opportunities. Remember, I talked about coming from a humble beginning, poor background. But because of these programs, I was able to benefit a lot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Looking for top-tier PA systems for your next event? Need high-quality photography, videography, or professional live streaming? We've got you covered. Whether it's a corporate function, wedding, concert, or church service, we deliver crystal clear sound, stunning visuals, and seamless live streaming anywhere in the country. Quality, scalability, reliability. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced professionals, nationwide coverage. Don't settle for less. Elevate your event with our expert services today. Call or WhatsApp us now at +263 786 567 349. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at rofelixmedia. Let's bring your vision to life.
Okay, you had it for yourself from Blessing. Opportunities are there to those really are willing to take advantage of them. And in case you also want to learn more about some of the programs that they have within their organization, we'll attach links for you in the bio in this video so that you can also be able to follow and learn more about the educational funds and also you said BYU Pathway.
Yes.
Which I believe you can get some education from that particular institution. So, Blessing, can you tell us a little bit about how someone can maybe learn certain skills and then apply them maybe as an entrepreneur? Because we know this education is also something which is critical, but how can you then bridge that divide between the two? Succeeding as an entrepreneur and also making sure you gain that much needed education.
Yeah, I think many people, like in this world, they are now selling the idea that
Yes.
it's okay, you can just make money without education. But I believe that it's important to have both.
To balance both. It's very critical, yeah.
Balance is critical, because you'd see some people would actually be rich for some time and then the next day they're poor. It's because they don't know how to manage their business. So I believe our success is determined by the level of education or exposure or technical know that we have. So it's very important for one to have a skill, to be able to go to school, learn something. We're not saying all of us let us be doctors, or let us be holders of PhDs. But we're saying even a simple certificate is very critical.
It's very important.
Exactly. So having that knowledge, then it enables you to better start a business. Because you now know how to start a business.
How to start it.
Exactly. And how to be the best in that area. Because you can't be a mechanic only by without going to school and then mechanics. You need to learn at least the basic knowledge. And then experience then adds value to the knowledge that you already have. So I truly believe in education. Education is light. When you have light, you can see clear. And able to make better decisions.
More wiser decisions, so to speak. So,
exactly.
Yeah. And I know out there's a popular term where people they like to use, where they say they just want to hustle and make the next dollar to survive. But education is very paramount for you to be successful as an entrepreneur, and because that is where you learn the basic rudiments and fundamentals which are important for you to succeed. And also to communicate. I believe some great communication skills you get them if you actually, learn from education.
Definitely. You'd realize that's one critical area that people do not understand, that education actually gives an opportunity to learn how to communicate, how to present yourself. I remember myself, I attended the Zimbabwe Institute of Diplomacy. I was able to have an executive certificate with that institution.
Wow.
That's where I learned how to negotiate, I don't think I can fail in any deal if I'm given an opportunity. That skill of negotiation was shaped because of that exposure. That exposure, you see. And I've been into risk management myself. I was able to attain a certificate in insurance, with Zimbabwe Institute of Insurance. All that, I was able to go there, learn. And now I know how to protect my business. I know how to negotiate for a better deal because of that. I've done marketing as well. I've done applied management as well.
Wow.
All these opportunities prepared me for greater success. Because remember when we talked about the principle of faith, whereby you are seeing the end in the beginning, but you have a role to play to enable you to achieve that or to get to what you need to be. And that role is to acquire as much knowledge as you can.
Education as you can. And then as you do that, I believe it actually makes you a little bit more competitive.
Exactly. Exactly.
And just to add on that particular thought, we see in the world today this advent of AI, artificial intelligence, and people are kind of scared that it will come and swipe away all their jobs and things like that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I like to believe that AI is making our life easier.
It won't take away our jobs.
Exactly. But my encouragement now is that as a people, we need to learn more about AI. We need to learn about it, but we can't run away from
knowledge on it.
Exactly, because it makes our life easy. It makes our business easy. It's now easy for me to do farming with AI because I now know the amount of water that I need to, so all that is very important. What my encouragement to the world today is that let's go and learn the difficult things. Because difficult things makes life easy.
It makes life easier, and then as you adjust with the technology and your knowledge, you still become relevant.
Definitely, I totally agree on that one.
That's beautiful. And then, lastly but not least, I just want to also find out on probably what advice would you give to someone who currently, I'd say, they have a vision, or they have an idea. They have a goal. They know where they want to be, but they don't know how to get there. Is there something specific you think maybe can be very vital to them, which can also help them?
I think
to transition from where they are and to actually where they want to be.
What has actually helped me personally, probably that would be my advice to many people, is want to believe in yourself. No matter how poor you are, no matter how many people do not believe in you, the first thing is to believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, it motivates you to go out there and work hard. And secondly is to have a plan. You need to have a plan, a written plan. It shouldn't
not just in your head.
Exactly. What is it that you want to be in the near future? And then write down what do you need to do now to get there. That would allow you to evaluate yourself on how you're doing every day. And there's also to be focused. One thing that we need to understand is that problems and challenges are as old as Earth itself. They'll always be there. So, but when you have a plan and you're focused, you are not worried about the wars that we're going through, or the battles that you're going through. Because obviously one day you not remember the rounds that you failed, but you remember the rounds that you have won.
You've won.
So my belief is to have a plan, believe in yourself, be focused, and most of all, networking is critical.
It's very critical.
Because at times it's all about who do you know. You need to network. You need to surround yourself with the right people.
Back to the popular adage, your network is your net worth.
Exactly. And it's all about personal branding. That's something that I learned at the School of Diplomacy. What do you want people to think when they look at you? What would be their view? You see, you want them to see the good side of you. You want them to believe in you. You can't go there to network while you're not properly dressed. And I like suits personally, so that people can believe that I'm a serious businessman when I'm going to meetings. When I'm at the farm, obviously I'm wearing farm clothes. But it's critical to focus on your personal branding. What do you want people
to view you as?
Exactly. Because you can't go and talk about millions when you look like $1 at the end of the day. You want to look like a millionaire to talk about millions. So that's very critical.
So you have to look the talk.
Exactly.
At the same time.
Exactly. Personal branding is critical. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and then say, this is what I want people to believe. This is what I want people to see. And then work towards it. And definitely you get there.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much for those wise words. Those blessings, Sibesha. He's saying you need to look the talk and make sure you also focus on your personal branding. And I think just to add on quickly, I think we'll talk about it also on that, is make sure you monitor even your social media handles, be it LinkedIn or whatever you do, so that it also aligns perfectly with your personal branding and also whatever you do.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
It's time to turn the ocean water into ice.
once again to the third segment of the Ignition podcast. We are very much excited to have you join us all the time here, where we discuss ideas and business things we believe can be able to empower us to become better individuals. Today we've been having, I'll say, one of our great inspiration and also great entrepreneurs and a great mind that we have, Blessing Sibesha, who has been sharing with us some very important nuggets and tips on how we can, walk our journey towards being successful. Blessing, thank you once again for sharing those tips. I know we will spend actually the whole month trying to tap into your knowledge of wisdom. And but I just wanted to ask, we are talking about success. So what is success really? How do we define success? Is it an acquisition of a lot of material wealth, or how can someone define success? Or is it health, or mental well-being? How would you define success according to you?
Basically, to me, I would say success is a gift.
Yes.
But it's not a free gift. We need to pay the price for it. Exactly. But I wouldn't say material things define success.
Yes.
Because success in different ways. Basically, someone would be, born Christian, who's got a belief in God, and they would call them the successful in that area. Yeah. And some would be happy with what they have. Yeah. So the issue of success is it depends within area that you are looking at.
Yes.
But I would say success is a gift. It's a gift that is worth working for.
Yes.
But we need to pay the price at the end of the day to be able to be successful.
To be successful at the same time. But would you say it's definitive of material wealth, or it's multifaceted?
Multifaceted. Across, because it's not all about material things. You can have $1 billion today but unhealthy. You can able to have a Lamborghini but not happy. You see, so it should be a balance of everything. Exactly. You may be successful in terms of money, but your family is finished. So what I would prefer is success is a gift in all aspects of life.
Yes.
You may have probably 1,000 in your account, but at least you have a wonderful family. You've got kids there that are happy, and your wife is happy, and you're happy. At the end of the day, and you're healthy, all of you. So that's all can be defined as success.
So it's actually something which is multifaceted. So I guess success depends on how you define it as an individual. But I believe, according to myself, I think there are the basic fundamentals. Being healthy, being mentally also healthy, and also being able to provide, I believe, maybe for the immediate family, and to some extent, or maybe impact also the community. For me, it's success.
If you read the book called 5am Club, it talks about healthy. For us to think straight, you need to be healthy. For us to go there and do business,
we need to be healthy also at the same time.
At the same time, at home, you need to be happy. Because when you're depressed, when you're stressed, you can't perform at work.
You cannot.
You can't think, So all those areas, they need to balance.
They need to balance.
Exactly. That's what I would refer as success. Not only material things, because you can have all the things in this world, but if you don't have happiness, you have nothing.
You have nothing, actually.
Exactly.
Because you'll be actually stressed all the time. Yeah. And then also something what we just wanted to also, maybe if you can shed more light to us and also to the viewers today, is a value system. We know each business, when they're registering a company or things like that, they need to have certain values they embrace. Mission statements and things like that. And I don't know, can you shed more light on that for the entrepreneurs who are just starting, how important that is, and how they can refine it probably as they are also expanding their business?
Yeah, I think values are critical. Because the values basically they define who you are, what you are there for
as a person,
exactly,
or as a brand,
exactly. Because personally, I would want to do with someone who's honest, who's committed,
Yes.
and a person of integrity.
Yes.
That is very critical, because remember, when I am giving you my money, it is because I'm trusting you.
An element of trust is involved.
Exactly. I have confidence that you can able to deliver. So values, they guide us. They always remind us of how we should be able to conduct business. Like me as a farmer, I would want to make sure that whoever I'm going to sell my product is of high quality.
Yes.
They enjoy the value of their money. And if they pay for something that is worth it for $10, I should give them something that is worth it for $10.
Yes.
So that is very, very critical, because if we do not work around the issue of values, no one would want to work with us.
To affiliate with us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is very, very critical. And as well as an organization, we need to understand the issue of mission. Why are we existing? And why are we there?
Okay.
And when
what value are we bringing to our clients, or solution we're trying to solve for them?
Exactly.
Which brings me to the element of innovation. You might be selling bananas, but what innovation are you bringing? As the years come by, I think that's something which is also pretty critical. Being innovative and maybe evaluating your business and seeing what better products or service can you provide.
Yeah, I've actually learned one thing, especially in Africa, that we need to really improve on.
Yes.
It's on research and development. We don't invest in there. As long as we're making $1 a day, we're not worried about tomorrow. But it's something that we should be worried about. Even if I'm making $1 a day, I should be worried how I'm going to make my next $2 tomorrow. You see, but basically, for me to make that $2, I need to satisfy a need. You see, I need to satisfy a need that is out there. So then that shows the importance of innovation.
Yes.
But innovation is actually as a result of research and development. You'd realize in the Western countries, they invest a lot in investment.
Yeah, they do. I've realized
research,
they do that a lot.
Exactly. They want to know, how can we do better? How can we...
and the results from that R&D is targeted specifically to what clients actually
So even as a nation, as a country, we should be investing heavily into research and development, such as, especially in health. How best can we create our own medicine? What are the better ways to do things? Exactly. That's why we have AI, because
it can actually be a friend.
Exactly. Someone thought about it and said, how can I make life easy? You see, and then they invested in it, and then AI was born. So it's very important to invest in research and see how best we can do better to satisfy the need of the clients.
Oh, that's beautiful. I've not really come across a lot of people who actually invest a lot into R&D, research and development, but it's something which is, I believe, very paramount.
Exactly.
And it can make the extra difference in either increasing value on what we're doing.
Exactly.
Even making more profits in our business, but at the same time impacting our clients or community in a positive way.
I truly believe in that. You realize all over news we see organization closing, supermarkets closing. You then realize it's because most of these people are not investing in research and development, or how best how can we do business better? What are the needs of the people? And how best can we satisfy their need? What is it that they want? All those things, that are critical for a business to be successful,
to thrive.
Exactly. Someone is still using Stone Age mindset in terms of farming. But today we've got pivots. Today we have drones.
Drones which can actually scout your area to see how you can,
Exactly. So innovation is very critical, especially in our country, in Zimbabwe. We really need to invest heavily in that area. We may look at it as a loss, but I will tell you that it's a loss that is worth investing in because it can create a better future. It can create opportunities at the end of the day. Exactly.
So that's very important. So what message, maybe in this particular topic, would you, or maybe message of advice would you give to probably entrepreneurs out there, which you'd say this is something they can take home?
Basically, my belief is that know what you want to do,
Yeah.
and then basic research a lot,
Research. Yeah.
and go find someone who's good in that area, and
More of like a mentor, probably.
exactly a mentor,
To some sort,
and then tap into their wisdom.
Yes.
It's, most of us will do something that I've learned by you go and ask a bricklayer about fishing business. It doesn't make sense.
That wouldn't work.
It does not work. You have to go and mix and mingle with people who like what you like and understand, and then start to think how best you can beat them now in the game. Exactly, and see how can I be able to be better than all of them. I always tell people in business that you should be the only option available. When we think of someone
should be the preferred option.
Exactly, you should be the only option, preferred option. When we think of someone cleaning the streets of Harare, you should be the only option. People should be like, this is the only one. Why? Because you've refined your skill. You are the best in terms of quality knowledge and information.
And probably are reliable and
exactly
trusted.
Exactly.
You didn't mention of
So it's very, very critical in that area. So I feel, when you want to be an entrepreneur, it's not an event, it's actually a process. You need to do your very best. You need to have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset.
Yes.
You need to research continuously. You need to always ask yourself every morning, what can I do to be better than everyone else? It's more like a blue ocean strategy, always being innovative.
Innovative all the time, and not be complacent or too much laid back.
Exactly.
But be willing to always research and see how you can improve. So I think this is a very important advice which can cut across any industry. And you might be a student, you might be an entrepreneur, you might be maybe even in your job or employment. For you to actually move from one step to the other, you need to research. Maybe it might be you need to study something else, add another certificate on top, for you to get that next position. Or it might be you need to do something differently, that will take you to the next level.
Definitely. I believe, one man told me something that is interesting that I would want a lot of people to take home.
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. His name is Martin Matthew.
Okay.
So Martin told me, asked me a simple question. He said, out of 1 to 10, what are the chances of you introducing something new in America?
Wow.
And then I say probably 1. and then ask me, say, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are the chances of you introduce something new in Zimbabwe?
Yes.
And then I said 6 or 7. And then he said, so which place would you rather be? And then I realized that I would rather be in Zimbabwe.
A lot to do in Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
Africa,
of course, we're going through a rough patch, which is very important because it allows us to learn.
Yes.
But the chances, the opportunities here in Zimbabwe, be it in mining, be it in agriculture, AI, tourism, the area that I believe in as well.
It's broad.
Exactly. There are a lot of opportunities. The issue is it's about thinking deeply about what you want to achieve and able to go for it and network. I believe, yes, we're going through a hard time, but I'll tell you that I will never leave Zimbabwe personally. I'll always be here. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going for holiday.
For holiday. and it makes me think of a statement which was also said or told. They say the most strongest tree in the wilderness is not the one which is hidden beneath other trees. It's the one which is actually in the open space, exposed to the wind, exposed to all the elements. It becomes actually stronger through that whole process. So I think it actually aligns with what you're saying. Thank you so much for
Definitely.
that, which can take them to the next level.
Yeah,
beautiful. So, Blessing, we just want to find out, have you ever experienced any failure, maybe at a certain point within your entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah, many times.
Or maybe in life generally.
Many times, failure is part of life. It's something that I've actually learned to understand that there are times you're going to fail.
Is it the end?
No, definitely
or
not.
Is the beginning to something?
No, failure at times is an opportunity to learn, on how to do better. If there was no failure, all of us would be successful today. But guess what? We'll be successful but not happy.
But not happy.
Because when you win, you're excited. So failure is good. No, as a farmer, I've failed many times. There are moments whereby you plant. I remember a time when I planted a number of thousands of cabbages.
Yes.
And then one other farmer planted more than us, and the market was flooded and we lost a lot of money.
Yes.
And I am so there are moments whereby you trust someone with your money and then you end up losing it and stuff. So challenges like that, they always come. But the issue is, should we give up? No. We have to reach that unreachable star. We need to go where the brave dare not to go. Yes. And I remember a guy by the name Napoleon Nzombe from Malawi.
Yes.
He said I had only one advantage, which says that I did not have any advantage.
Wow. Can you repeat that again?
He said I had only one advantage, which says that I did not have any advantage.
Wow.
So at times, that environment creates a heart of a champion.
For a champion.
Because
of a lion, yeah.
Exactly. So that's very, very critical. Even in the art of war, it says, talks when Sun Tzu was talking about about a brave soldier, about winning. He says, put a soldier when they're facing death. They'll do miracles.
They'll do miracles.
So failure,
impossible.
When you see failure coming, you start to think, you plan effectively, so failing is part of life. I failed many times and I know I'm going to stick on your failing.
Definitely.
But failure does not define who I am.
Who you are.
The results will define who I am at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
So I failed many times and most people, they're scared to fail. Yeah. But it's part of life. You can fail today. You can lose millions and become poor today. My father, he lost all the money that he had and but even on his deathbed, he told me, don't give up. Believe in yourself. You can change the world.
I think, I don't know if you know Albert Einstein. He also did highlight. He's the one, I think, who invented the light. So he said he did not find 1,000 ways in which he failed. But he learned 1,000 ways for him to actually be able to create the light bulb. So for him, failure was not like something which is like a stumbling block, but it was an opportunity for him to, start again, innovate, research, and finally he had the invention which we have today, which is the light bulb. I think the same principle applies even
correct
in our lives.
Yeah, most people, they end up giving up. Yeah. But or at times that's why you see people committing suicide.
Yes,
people because they feel that they failed. Failure is part of our life.
Yes.
Many people have failed in their lives, but at the end of the day, because they never gave up, there's a story which is talked about war when war was, I think it was between the French, and then he said that is it that because the French were better? But it's because it says, and then it was then said it's because there were 5 minutes. They're willing to go an extra 5 minutes. And then
that made the difference.
That made the difference.
Them winning.
So well, even if you're failing, and then tell yourself, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to give my best. I'm going to continue walking the journey, no matter what. You end up getting to the finishing line, and then you become successful. So most people here in Zimbabwe, that's what we're afraid of failing. We fail today, and tomorrow can become winners. You can't be winners in everything.
In everything,
at times you have to fail to learn.
To learn, maybe probably also find out that I believe also trying different things. You cannot do the same thing. I think it's Albert Einstein also saying you cannot do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. So I think when you try something, it doesn't work. Maybe try something else. Or maybe innovate again within the same space.
Exactly.
And you never know.
Definitely.
The opportunity actually opens up.
Personally, I would say failure is a blessing at times because it allows you to have to do self-evaluation.
Yes.
To identify areas that you have messed up, areas that you need to improve. People probably, it allows you even to learn about people around you.
Yes.
When you are successful, people, they always want to be around you.
Yeah.
And when you fail, people they move
They
away
want
from you.
to move
You see,
away from you.
that alone, which means feel like an actual open eyes and say, oh, this person it was never my friend.
Yeah.
So I would believe that we need to embrace making this issue of making mistakes and have a growth mindset.
Yes.
And learn from them. So we shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah. So it also goes on to say that whenever I believe when we have that failure, it's actually a beginning point to something which is actually greater.
Exactly.
Thank you for actually highlighting that. So that's a wise message, right? We just want to invite you to take note of that. Whenever you face that element of failure or something which seems a little bit difficult, don't give up. Please don't give up. But just actually keep pushing, keep working hard, keep refining your craft until eventually that door for opportunity opens. Thank you very much, Blessing, for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me here
and
and share some thoughts with others as well.
it's been insightful.
Thank you.
This has been the ignition, and we hope you have been ignited to elevate your life to the next level, or your business to the next level. And we invite you to invite your friends, family to subscribe, like our page, share it with others, and also stay tuned to